Hi, Savvy Sister. I hope you are having a good day so far. My name is Ashley, and I am the face behind Source Essentials, the Savvy Sister's Guide to Wellness. And I put a post out on social media earlier this week that got quite a bit of attention, and conversations started around failure and that failure is an illusion, or is it? And I thought I wanted to come on and chat with you tonight about that, because I know that failure is a word that we never want to hear, we never want to feel it, but yet it is out there and it is staring us in the face almost daily. But failure is an illusion that we have created ourselves. Because, even as a young child, we have faced failures. If we didn't make a soccer team or a football team, we would often feel like we failed because we didn't make the team. Or if we didn't get the mark that we had set out for on a test or an exam, that we felt like we failed. But you know what? We decide what is failure. We decide, we set that level and that bar as to what failure is. I just wanted to come on and chat, and I realized that this has been weighing on me to come on and talk to you about that I forgot that it is Wellness, Wine, and Wisdom night. And I wanted to raise a glass to you for all of your accomplishments in your life, because we're going to chat about failure, but we're also going to talk about accomplishments. And I just want to raise a glass to you and to your many accomplishments that you have in your life, and just recognizing that. So cheers to you. So if you are joining me live, welcome. And if you are catching the replay afterwards, thank you so much for watching. I am always truly grateful when people do watch my videos, so thank you for that. So tonight, we're going to dispel the myth of what is failure, and does it really exist? Or is this something that we are creating and putting this belief into ourselves? And really, failure is a limiting belief. It is something that we put on ourselves that we think is truth, and it's not. It is an illusion, because we can't fail at anything, because we are on this path in life to live and to have joy and to have success. And failure is just your opinion. So what with regard to the outcome of the situation. And now I have learned this. I thought all growing up that if I didn't achieve something my best, then I failed at it. And whether that was, I didn't get into the university of choice, or I didn't make a sports team, or I later on in my career, I applied to the police force a few years ago and I didn't get in. And I thought that was such a huge failure, because I worked so hard at it. And if I worked so hard at something and I didn't get it, why? What did I do wrong? What could I have done better? And in actual fact, I came to realize that situation in my life was not a failure, because there was a far better plan in place for me than that career path. So when we say we failed, we're really just saying it didn't turn out to the way that we thought it might. And so we often want to control the outcome, and we want to control all the situations, when in actual fact, the majority, we don't have any control over these situations. So what if we flip the script? And what if we, instead of feeling that you failed at it, think of it as the universe saying to you, hey, guess what? There is something bigger and better out there for you. And this was not it. And so because you didn't make that basketball team or that hockey team, it's not a failure. It just means that there is something bigger and better out there for you, and it's just not your time to know what that is. So do you think that you can look at failure differently? And do you think that you can look at it as not failing at something, but actually seeing that as an opportunity that something bigger and better is going to come into your life? Like, do you think you can do that? Do you think that you can teach this to your kids? Do you think that that is a really, really great life lesson? If you could teach that to your kids, that would be amazing. And just surrender to the expectations of what failure is and what failure isn't, and that it is just a limiting belief that we put on ourselves. And it just means that things just didn't go as planned. It's just something that happened, and just trust and surrender that something better is going to take place. So failure can really only exist if you control it. And if you allow failure to control your outcome and your life, then you are going to feel that it was a failure. And so really, if you put your trust in the situation and turn it around, that it wasn't a failure and it is just something bigger and better. And you can never fail if you just trust and surrender to the outcome. And then just showing up to be like who you actually are, because you can never fail at that. And so I wanted to share with you just that message around that, and some essential oils that I like to use to help me overcome these situations. Because, I mean, we are really faced with it almost every day in our work, in school, for kids. You know, like if we deliver a presentation or a big pitch or a meeting and it didn't go the way you thought it may have or should have gone, did you fail? No, you didn't fail. It just didn't go in the way you wanted to control it. But who's to say that there isn't something bigger and better out there for you? So one of the oils that there's a few here that I want to talk to you about. And the first one is Arbor Vitae. And Arbor Vitae comes from Western Canada in BC. And Arbor Vitae is the oil of divine grace. And so I have my book here today, a reference, Essential Oils and Emotions. And I wanted to talk to you about why I love this oil to help with releasing the need to control, and that feeling of failure when something hasn't gone your way. And so Arbor Vitae, it invites individuals to sacrifice their personal will and ambition in a far more fulfilling way of living. And so it's really, this oil is about surrendering. So surrendering to the outcome. When you're feeling that need to control, when you're feeling rigid, Arbor Vitae is a really, really nice oil to choose. And ways I like to use this is I love diffusing this essential oil, and I will often put a couple of drops just topically on the insides of my wrist and just inhale it. So when you are feeling like, it's a struggle and you're feeling fearful and that need to control and rigid, so just letting go of that and surrendering with Arbor Vitae is going to help you. The next oil I love is bergamot. And bergamot is the oil of, self-acceptance. And this is a citrus oil, and it is really that. So this oil is really good. So adding a drop of this over your heart or on your wrists, and it's really going to help with low self-esteem, self-judgment, and it really is that. It's just going to, give yourself that self-acceptance that it is okay that things didn't go your way. It's not a failure on your part. And so I really, really love that oil. The next oil is cypress. And this isn't an oil that I talk about often, but I love diffusing this oil. This is the oil of motion and flow. And so when we are feeling stagnant, or when we are just, feeling really, I hate using the word in a funk, but when we're just really not ourselves, and we're just kind of feel like we're on the hamster wheel. And so this is going to create energetic flow within us to release that stagnant energies, and it's just going to bring us back into flow. So this is also another great oil for combating that need to control, perfectionism. I am a Virgo through and through, and I am a perfectionist. Working on it. I'd like to say I'm a recovering perfectionist, but it is a work in progress. And I guess that's why I'm drawn to this oil, because for those of you who, like to have everything perfect and have these standards set really high for yourself, this is a really, really good oil to use, diffusing it and applying it topically. And really good if you're feeling stuck, tense, all of those things. So cypress is a really good one for that. And the next oil is wintergreen, and wintergreen is the oil of surrender. And so I talked about surrendering to the outcome. So, if you have a big meeting coming up, or exam or test, and you want to, and believe me, I've been there, you want to control the outcome. You put everything into it, and you want things to go a certain way, and then when they don't, you feel like you failed, but you haven't. So surrendering and just letting go of the outcome, because you cannot control the outcome of the situation. Once you put your intent into it, you just really need to surrender to the outcome. And so wintergreen is going to help you do that. And so this is another great oil for that need to control. If you are feeling like you need to be right all the time, or you're holding on to something, this is going to be a really great oil to use. And I love diffusing this oil. I like adding citrus oils to it as well, and applying it topically as well. So making a roller bottle with it, and rolling it on when you are going into that big meeting and you just need to let it go and surrender. Wintergreen is a great oil for that. So I hope you found this information useful, and you've really thought about this illusion of failure, and what that really means, and that we do put that pressure on ourselves, and it is in fact a limiting belief that's not true. And so if you just flip the script and change your thinking process around failure and see it as an opportunity for something bigger and better that's going to come your way, then it's just going to shift your energy. And teach that to your kids. I really think that the younger that we can learn about this, the far better off we are going to be when we move along in our life and into adulthood. So I hope you found this information useful. If you have any savvy sisters that you want to share this video with, then go ahead and click the share button at the bottom of this screen and let them know that you have learned some new tools and techniques to surrender to the outcome of feeling like you have failed. And if you have any questions at all, reach out to me. I love to chat with you. You can send me a direct message. You can comment below, and we can connect. I'm here to answer any questions and guide you. If you want to get any of these oils in your life or talk about them further, I'm here for you. So until next time, I hope you have a fantastic evening, and I look forward to seeing you online again soon. Bye.